Hi, Austin L. Church here. I wanted to share a quick video that shows the process I use to hire freelancers on Upwork. Upwork used to be called Odesk, then Odesk and Elance merged, and then they rebranded as Upwork, so you can just type Upwork in the Google search bar. And if you don't already have an account, you can click on one of these links here. I have had an account for years now, and so I already logged in. Once you're logged in, to use the search functionality, you can click on Freelancers. That will show you the freelancers you've already hired. So then you can click on Find Freelancers, and it will take you right here. So the first thing to do to get started is to narrow down your focus. What type of work do you need done? So I just wrote a blog post about using voice memos and a transcriptionist to write without writing. So we'll just, for the sake of this video, look for a transcriptionist. So first and foremost, we want to use these boxes here to further narrow down the search, because you see there are just so many freelancers on Upwork, which is one of the reasons the site is so great. But we do want to use some more criteria to narrow the field and only find the profiles of the best of the best. So first thing I do is only display people who have 4.5 stars and up. The stars are reviews from past customers, so obviously you probably don't want to work with people who have gotten bad reviews. Also, experience. This kind of depends on your budget. You can always start with expert and then work your way down. But again, you see the $3 signs here, and then it produced $10, $17. Don't assume that experts are always expensive, because that may not be the case. Now, let's add some more options. I like to work with people who've built at least 100 hours, because it just goes to show that they know how the Upwork platform works. They know they've got their workflow figured out. They've got some hours under their belts, and they know back and forth with clients, that sort of thing. Just a little bit of experience goes a long way. Also, I found that you usually get what you pay for, and so I'm willing to pay a little bit more, because I've realized that every penny, every dollar that I try to save up front, I may end up paying in the form of frustration. So I've found that you typically see a higher level of professionalism, higher level of responsiveness when you're willing to pay a little bit more per hour. And I think it also shows self-respect. If you believe that you deserve to be paid more, it shows confidence, and I like that in the people that I work with. So what about location? Well, obviously to work in a time zone similar to your own is helpful. So for the purposes of this video, I'll pick, sorry about that, United States. And then you'll see more options here. I normally just ignore these tests. I think Upwork allows you to take tests multiple times until you pass, and then I assume you could take it several more times until you ace it. So I think these tests would be pretty easy to game, although it does show that someone took the initiative to take the test, right? But anyway, I typically ignore those. Last activity, and again, you have to click advanced. You click more options, you click advanced options. Then I like to work with people who have been active within 2 weeks, simply because it means that they're regularly going to Upwork to look for more work. I want to work with the same people. Once I've built rapport, once I've formed a relationship with somebody, if they then go get a full-time job with some company, they can't work on my projects anymore. So if they're active within the past 2 weeks on Upwork, it tells me that Upwork is driving a big part of their business, and they're here to stay, and that's important to me. Let's see, any freelancer type. You can experiment with independent freelancers. You can experiment with agencies. I've had bad experiences with both. I've had good experiences with both. I normally don't pay attention to that one. English level. This is a funny one because native and fluent, there's not a whole lot of, there's not a big difference between those. And I've found that non-native English speakers who speak English really well actually tend to downplay their proficiency, whereas there are a lot of people who are non-native English speakers who are not anywhere close to fluent, but they understand that US-based companies that are hiring are looking for fluency, and so they will overplay their proficiency in English. So, you can go with fluent, you can go with native. That's just a funny little thing. Often the people who are best at something are most modest. It's funny how that goes. So we'll just pick native for the time being. And then, let's see, other languages, don't need that. Okay, now the last step, once you have set all these filters, and look, we only have 2 pages of results now, so that's much better, and this is important, the primary task that you're looking for, you want to hire a freelancer who identifies him or herself with that task. So if you're looking for a graphic designer, you would type designer in here. Or if you're looking for a writer, then you would type writer in here. A lot of people have learned how to do an assortment of tasks, but that doesn't mean they're going to be all that good at any particular one of them. I can hammer a nail, but you don't want to hire me to build your house, right? So that's what I'm talking about. You're looking for a specialist. So to find a specialist, you're going to type in, I better spell it correctly, right? All right, transcriptionist. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just put transcription, because that will give me transcription and transcriptionist, right? Okay. So she says administrative support with the skills that she lists. Shelby. Let's see. Yeah, transcription right here, $11.11 an hour. Now I could go ahead and save her and come back later and kind of compare different people. Mia, copywriter with graphic design experience. See, in this case, if she's saying she's a writer and a designer, I'm thinking maybe transcription is something that she can do, but clearly she doesn't focus on it, right? And she doesn't even list it in her main skills. So I would probably take a pass on Mia, but look at this. Ariad, that's a Greek name that I can't pronounce. Ariadne, cool name. Anyway, she mentions that she's a transcriptionist in her profile. So that's a really good sign. She's more expensive. And then if you scroll down, it's like, okay, customer service rep. She's done a little bit of transcription. That's the other thing that's important to look for is when you go through their past projects, have they actually got earned experience? So transcription. It does seem like this woman has pretty good experience with transcription. She's a sales manager, all human resources, so looks like she also has some project management and time management skills as well. Creative writer, she's focused more on the writing side of things. Might take a pass on her. Emmanuel does say transcriber. Let's see. $11.11 an hour. Lower job success rate. Pretty good reviews though. Let's see. Translator. administrative assistant, transcription, 1850, 90. So you see, you just kind of have to, take a look at multiple profiles and see who jumps out. So $22.20 an hour, good success rate, good reviews, transcription here, transcriber there. So if you click on Sarah Kessler, we'll go down, nice neat profile here. Let's see. Okay, English proofreading. It's not bad to have a proofreader as your transcriptionist, right? So let's see. She's worked 33 jobs. That's great. She typically responds in 24 hours or less. That's good. So everything's kind of checking out up here. Transcription. What other jobs? Transcription. So she does mostly transcription. And that's good. That's what you want. You want a specialist. And then she has taken some tests here. She scored really, really well. She has an associate's degree. So looking pretty good, and at $22.22 an hour, I mean, that's not too bad. That's competitive. So you could contact her. But I'd recommend saving the ones you like, comparing their experience, comparing their rates, comparing their job success rates, comparing the reviews, and eventually you're just going to have to pull the trigger and try somebody. And once you do, the great thing about Upwork is if you're just not satisfied, go hire somebody new, right? Because you could go and try Katrina, or you could go and try Beth right here. So there are just tons and tons of options, and you can meet some really great people, but obviously it doesn't take too long, and that is the benefit and beauty of Upwork. You can find dozens of highly qualified specialists to work on your project at a very affordable rate, and you can typically hire them very quickly. So if you're in a pinch and you need help, go to Upwork. Hope this helps. Austin Church here, over and out.